Rick Rude and Andre the Giant beat up Ultimate Warrior. Well, it may not be fun every time. The golden era of wrestling earned its name by providing us epic moments that'll last with us for a lifetime. The 70s and 80s were what many see as the era during which wrestling truly evolved into sports entertainment. Business was booming, tickets were selling, and wrestlers were receiving household name status. However, even though it was an epic era, the golden era had its fair share of controversial stories behind the scenes. At the time, wrestling was clouded by allegations of infidelity, steroid use and alcohol abuse. These combinations have now provided us with shocking stories to retell. Here are 5 shocking backstage stories from WWE's golden era. Ultimate Warrior won 89% of his matches in the fits. A well-known fact that the Ultimate Warrior used to rub a lot of people up the wrong way back in the golden era. Besides his blatant refusal to put over other talents in the ring, Warrior had several run-ins with fellow workers backstage. Because of that animosity, as well as not putting people over, Warrior would straight up refuse to work with wrestlers he didn't like. One time, the legendary Rick Rude sternly warned Warrior that if he didn't stop wrestling him so stiff, he'd beat him up. The Ultimate Warrior refused to listen and kept on hitting Rude in the ring, so when they got backstage, Rude slapped the living daylights out of him. On another occasion, Bobby Heenan told Warrior to stop hitting Andre the Giant so stiffly with his running clothesline. Warrior once again refused to listen. So, one time during a house show, the Giant stuck his right hand up for Warrior to run into during a clothesline. The connection legitimately left Warrior dazed and loopy in the ring. The world of sports entertainment is an incredibly demanding profession, so much so that many a man has quit the industry and never looked back. It requires superstars to be versatile, quick on their feet and constantly entertaining. Here are wrestlers who had interesting part-time jobs at the same time. AJ Styles, family man. Many current superstars have talked about their plans following retirement. Wrestling is a career that doesn't have a very long shelf life. There are only a select number of superstars who enjoy a lengthy career in the ring, whilst others are not so lucky. Injuries, bad decisions and the company giving up on a character are all things that mean that a superstar is forced out of the company early, which could be why so many WWE stars ensure that they have a backup plan in place while they are still performing. Over the past few years, a number of stars have hinted at retirement but not officially announced it. It seems that right now, there are already a number of current main roster superstars who have plans in place for what they want to do with all that free time when they finally hang up their wrestling boots. AJ Styles is considered to be one of the best wrestlers in the world right now, and it could be argued that he is in the best form of his career, but that hasn't stopped the phenomenal one from sharing the fact that he hopes to retire from the business in the near future. He wants to wrap it all up in 2019, which is incidentally the year his WWE contract expires. AJ has been in the business now for almost 2 decades, and in that time he and his wife have welcomed 4 children. AJ has missed some important moments in his children's lives over the past few years, and it seems that now he is open to spending more time with his family whilst they're still young. AJ stated in a recent interview that he wanted to retire a while ago, but his wife recently had the couple's first daughter and he is aware that he still has a family to support. Shawn Michaels retired for the same reason back at WrestleMania 26, when he realized that his son was halfway to 18 and he would be leaving home before he knew it. AJ has seemingly been around the business for as long as many fans can remember, so perhaps it is the time that he had some private moments with his family and said goodbye to his public life. AJ Styles, family man. Many current superstars have talked about their plans following retirement. AJ has seemingly been around the business for as long as many fans can remember, so perhaps it is the time that he had some private moments with his family and said goodbye to his public life. Goldust WrestleMania is supposed to be the pinnacle of sports entertainment, the zenith of professional wrestling, and the most important show for all of WWE's superstars. Everyone wants to be a part of WrestleMania and have a positive impact on the show. But not everyone gets to do this. For every wrestler that manages to have a successful WrestleMania debut, there are just as many that fail to make a positive impact when they first appear on the WrestleMania card. These are the wrestlers whose attempts to make a name for themselves on the grandest stage of them all blew up in their faces. Instead of debuting at WrestleMania on a positive note, things went poorly for them. And in some cases, their WrestleMania debuts were so bad that they couldn't shake off the impact those debuts had on their careers. Goldust has long been one of WWE's more controversial characters. The androgynous, creepy-looking Goldust seemed to have a crazed obsession with Hollywood and appeared to be more interesting in creeping out his opponents than being a skilled grappler. This character-driven booking reached its peak at WrestleMania 12 when Goldust fought Rowdy Roddy Piper in a bizarre match called a Hollywood Backlot Brawl. It featured unrealistic strikes, a car chase, and a lot of gimmicky nonsense that didn't really set the world on fire. That match ended up being a sample of things to come for Goldust, as his WWE career would be filled with unusual booking and ridiculous and over-the-top gimmicks. Tammy Sunny SNYTCH for How Long Will Your Glory Stay? It's always sad to see a former wrestling superstar to be reduced to the hardships of poverty. Many a wrestler has found himself on the wrong side of life after their career took a turn for the worse. Not everyone can ride off into the sunset like The Rock or Stone Cold with their millions of dollars. The thing about professional wrestling is that wrestlers can often become addicted to the lifestyle, so when something jeopardizes that lifestyle, they don't know how to react to it. Subsequently, this results in them spiraling off downwards, often spending their remaining riches to invite worse conditions. Here are 5 broke wrestlers and where they are now. The first ever WWE diva quickly rose to fame in less than a year of arriving in the company. She rapidly established herself as the best manager around, leading the Bodydonnas and the Legion of Doom to success. As a manager, she was a huge asset to the popularity of both teams, as she had exceptional promo skills and of course a unique presence. She stood at the top of the mountain alone, but when Sable came into town, nobody wanted Sunny anymore. After her boyfriend Chris Candido died in 2005, Sunny went on to wrestle at a few independent circuits until she kept getting arrested several times for public disorder complaints and drug abuse. Now she's on her last legs, trying to release a book that spills out all the misfortunes of her life. Let us know about your views in comment section.